You might as well have. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or...
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
Lovely.
my God.
I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Alright, cool. Thank you. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, the NFL season's here. God bless.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Who's got crickets?
Oh, that might be me.
Yeah. Way to set the mood. Literally, I'm hearing crickets in the background like, son of a bitch. Who is that, Jack?
Just
I
me trolling you.
I thought I had Jabberjaw waiting in the fucking background with his soundboard again. I was like, God damn it. Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were just joining us, of course, this is the Korner Booth pregame. It's a little different this year. Me and Matt decided, yeah, we love being the weekend's pregame, but we're also Thursday Night Football's pregame. So with that in mind, we are not only going to be breaking down, but we're going to act as Belly Up's pregame show for every Thursday Night Football game. And just for the weekend itself, we have a loaded six-pack. Andrew LeDuc is here for the first half hour to reveal the winner of our giveaway last week. By the way, me and Matt will be doing another giveaway in the upcoming weeks. Just can't get ready for that. I'm thinking Nike gift card, Matt. What are you thinking?
That sounds like a pretty good idea. I'm down for that.
Oh, yeah, definitely pretty good. Yeah, everyone's going to get – last time I've given away free Yeats before. I might even give away one of these shirts. Don't even know yet. So, with that in mind –
Won't even give those to one of us, but he'll give it to somebody else.
Hey, listen. You guys are already subscribed. You guys are a free win for me. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your beers as the first of the season, or raise your drinks. Happy football, gentlemen. Also, a little happy birthday cheers to our one and only Kev of Tailgating the Quad Pod. It's his birthday. He turns the ripe old age of 26.
Happy birthday, Kev. Way to show up.
I would say happy birthday, Kevin, but you're still a Bammer, so.
He's out to dinner with his family, man.
I'm
Damn.
kidding. I am kidding.
He's still a Bammer, though. Look, this rivalry runs deep.
Runs red.
No,
Recently,
it runs blue until it touches air.
Somebody wish Kev a happy birthday. Oh, man, I love it. All right. Also, by the way, folks, we have a little surprise for the six-pack this year. It's going to be a real fun time. I cannot wait to tell you guys. Me and Matt were messing around with some of the stuff pregame. We might even bring the Korner Booth dartboard back. I'm not even sure yet today. This is going to be a hell of a show. We've got so much news to talk about. So let's get it off right off the rip. Let's start. We have a lot of storylines that we have to make up from Tuesday. Matt and me, of course, had technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we had to talk about last week's debacle of picks from us.
Man,
that was terrible.
I hit on 2.
It was expected from me.
Well, technically I hit on 4 if you count our gimme. So, for the point standings, in last week's six-pack, in the backyard brawl, I took West Virginia. That's a loss. Mm-hmm. Matt, who'd you take?
Who was they playing? What was that matchup again?
West Virginia.
Pitt. Oh, I took Pitt.
Yeah, so Matt gets a point. That's how this game works if you're new to this. In the next game, oh my God, this was the next one. I'm trying to go back and you know what's really bad is my vacation brain has kicked in. I had it written down on my phone, deleted the app deleted the notes while I was at a bar on vacation. Realized, oh, I need that for next week, so I have to go back and get it. So right now, as I pull this, so Matt took Ohio State over Notre Dame. So did I. That's a point for both of us. We both took Arkansas over Cincy. That's a point for both of us. I did not drink the Kool-Aid. I took Georgia to thump Oregon, and I was right. Matt took Oregon.
Both picks.
We both lost on these next 2.
Never take Bo Nix.
And we're going to talk about both of them in about 30 seconds. Utah and mother effing LSU. How do you not block a kick? How do you not block for a kick That game was the most amazing college football game I've watched of all time, at least in week one. Because like usually week one games are kind of depressing. Either you have my team, the Hurricanes, trying to prove they're big boys against the Tide and getting steamrolled, or you have like Duke, Alabama, where like Duke, Alabama, Florida State, Alabama, where DeAndre Francois basically went into witness protection program afterward. Peace. So my biggest thing about all this is with this game, we'll start off with Florida State, because I don't even care about Clemson, Georgia Tech. That game was so underwhelming. I turned it off after 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to watch Rings of Power. This is bullshit.
Yeah, that one should have. Honestly, that game was a lot closer than the final score ended up through 3 quarters. Like, if that game ends in the third quarter because of rain delay or whatever.
I watched until the fourth quarter and got annoyed and went upstairs.
Yeah, the fourth quarter was just Georgia Tech forgot to play football in fourth quarter. They forgot it's a 4-quarter game. They thought it was hockey.
Yeah, no. It's what cracks me up is that Georgia Tech. I'm hearing all these things about being an ACC fan. You hear about all these upstart programs. They're going to be good. This team can be back. This seems to be upright. Teams should watch out. The worst one I heard was Georgia Tech is going to be a good team. You have to prove to me week in, week out, Georgia Tech can actually make moves, score points, play defense. They've never been able to do all 3 consistently per game, and that is why they are a poverty tier franchise in the ACC.
I mean, are they still sponsored by Riddle? I think that answers all the questions you need to know.
I didn't even know Rydell was still a company.
Oh, no, they're finally over to Adidas now.
What are they? Who are they? They're Under Armour now or Adidas?
No, Adidas now.
Okay.
But yeah, they spent the last 10 years being sponsored by Rydell, and Rydell was a company that was out of business technically everywhere else other than high school sports.
It's oh my god! Even my high school team wasn't sponsored by Rydell after my sophomore year.
Jared, I think shots fired, man. What is this?
Wow. You know, I love how my own company, where I'm the 3rd longest tenured member, is just taking shots at me early. At least somebody from the main account's paying attention.
Early and often.
It's a good company, but man, I take a lot of shotgun shells from them, just like making jokes. It's all good.
Let's be fair. You're the only one that could probably take 90% of the shotgun shells.
That is true. I had Kevin as a co-host for 2 years.
That's what happens when you have a Bammer as a co-host.
Listen, that man's got a viper tongue. Matt is the face of Korner Booth. Listen, he kicks ass on TikTok. I can't deny it. Like, the dude literally is like a machine pumping those out.
I will say you are all over my For You page, Matt.
Every time.
I'm trying.
Like, I have you on my following page, and you're still on my For You page.
Exactly.
I get tired of it. I flip over to following just to get all your guys' stuff out of the way, just so I don't see your face every five TikToks.
Yeah, I just hit the like button, and I'm like, okay, good job, Matt.
That's all they'll go on. I'm like, all right, click.
You're right. Oh my god, no, it's like it's so funny, right? So like our Twitter chat for our Twitter group, I always make sure I retweet like my friends and the shows that I've been on, the shows I like, the people I like, and even if I don't know you, I'll at least give you a like. That's my job, and I'll try to retweet. If I haven't retweeted your stuff, no, I'll try to retweet it. But there are some guys who are like a machine, punching out 6 tweets into the chat in 5 minutes. I'm like, damn, guys, chill. Yep. Oh my god, my favorite is when like they'll post like medial tweets that don't have a link or anything. It's just a tweet. I'm like, I skip over like it's a comment half the time, not even realizing it's a tweet. I'm like, oh shit. But speaking of skipping over, oh my god, who the heck? I'm still bewildered by Florida State. I'm still bewildered. By the way,
how are you bewildered by Florida State? Like,
I'm not bewildered. No, I'm bewildered by the fact that they gave up that drive. First off, that was terrible. 99 yards. It was like a Madden drive. Every 30 seconds, boom, 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 first down. And those last 2 runs by Daniels, I'm like, this dude's gonna pull it off. They're gonna get in the red zone, and then they didn't get out of bounds. But because they called him out of bounds, LSU got a play, which technically Kevin pointed this out by NCAA rule shouldn't have been a play. And the fact that I knew they were going to score at that point, it was made. And then they didn't even have the camera ready, and it's blocked. I'm like, son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. An experience unlike any other with no idea what comes next. Exactly. Thank you, DJ. I was way too relaxed on vacation. That was my
DJ
problem.
has firsthand experience on the Bo Nix experience because he's seen me go through the Bo Nix experience every single year as an Auburn fan. And then you have hope for all of 3 seconds. Like, you get 3 drives of Bo Nix, but he doesn't throw a pick. He looks pretty good. And then it's trash. Just garbage after garbage after garbage. And you're just like, what do I do here?
I got a text from what's it called? I got a text from Matt mid Oregon Georgia game, and he goes, "Jesus, Bo Nix." It was like either wow, Bo Nix is terrible, or Jesus, Bo Nix is bad. And I was like, "Oh, ouch!" Matt's first time watching him on TV. I was like, "Oh my god!"
So like 3 or 4 years ago, I tried another time to get really hard into college football, and that was when Bo Nix was a freshman, and I was hearing about him. Like, you know what? I'm gonna pick Bo Nix. I'm not gonna be an Auburn fan, but I'm gonna follow Bo Nix. That lasted like not even a season. It was just he was like up and down, like Kelsey said. You get some, you get like excitement every year for him, and then like this past, I was like, he's on Oregon. I was like, oh, perfect. This is great. Like, this is gonna be a different Bo Nix, and fucking 3 points that whole game. I was like, this is how my picks are gonna look now.
Hey, Kelsey,
That's a
what are
very
you
good
drinking?
question. So it is actually it's called Nulu. It's a whiskey. It's actually called Juicy Fruity. Is the nickname for it. It's one of the banished bourbons selections.
Okay.
So this is actually pretty good.
Okay.
I've
so
never
maybe
heard
I
of a
missed-
whiskey drink referred to as Juicy Fruity before.
Dude, it comes with its own sticker. Like, it literally looks like a Juicy
unexpected.
Fruit sticker.
Unexpected. I mean,
it's
listen, it's probably deadly as hell if he's drinking it because I know Kelsey can hold his liquor, so it's like
It's
got-
113 proof. So yeah.
there you go. So you
geez,
definitely
okay.
it's definitely swinging. It's definitely hitting the target. Now listen, I've had a shot of moonshine before that was 79 proof. I was like, I was like wheezing a what
proof
same
you
guy
said?
What it was
113.
No,
Oh,
what
for his
proof did Jared say for his
Oh,
moonshine?
it was 79% alcohol by volume, which is
that ain't real moonshine, my man.
Jesus.
I know that's like it was like watered down moonshine. I was
You
like, holy
get that
shit.
off the
That's the-
shelf.
I've seen
Yeah, that's
Everclear
what I'm saying. That's
before.
the shit you get. The shit you get in the store.
Yeah, no, I've seen people walk into a party with Everclear, and I'm just like, who hurt you?
I'll tell you right now. So when in my college years in West Virginia, I became friends with a guy off campus local. He was a DEA cop. He used to give me moonshine.
You were
that he
friends with
made.
a Fed? Shame. He was friends with a Fed. Can't talk to him anymore.
Oh, he probably is trying to figure out how he got out of the whole thing
As
too.
a Fed, he supplied me moonshine. I thought that was great, and it was clutch. It was so good.
He was setting you up. That's what the whole thing was.
No, he wasn't. We
They're
drank
not
it
wrong.
together.
This might be the best comment I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
Juicy Free is the same thing receivers
Can we
say
get
when they
this?
see Trevon
It's
Diggs
so
guarding
true.
them.
Yo, don't worry. We'll be talking about that in a little bit during the six.
Yeah, we get that
Holy
framed.
shit.
I need that
By the
brand.
way,
It goes like right
I'm
here.
trying to
Only Trayvon
understand.
Diggs can
Who
guard
is
is
he
an open
talking about?
space.
MHP. Who is MHP?
Mile High Podcast. Is that what it is?
Oh yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I thought he was referring to a player in the roster. I was like, who the fuck's playing tonight?
I felt dyslexic. I kept reading that as like miles per hour, but I'm like, nope, the H is
Yes, I
frequency.
said so. I was like, what do you mean by miles per hour? No. Yes,
Oh,
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
There we go.
Oh,
Ryan.
McCarthy.
There we
Great.
go, Ryan.
Kelsey, I got the comments, dude. You're good, unless I forget. It's like 7 times we've gone back and forth.
Yeah, no, I just keep seeing him. I'm just like, click.
Yeah.
I just want to keep
Yo,
saying.
The comments are lit up tonight. I love
Listen,
it.
Mile
yeah,
High Pundit.
my
Pundit,
favorite
sorry.
part about
Pundit.
this is what up to the Mile High Pundit. These dudes are all honestly cool. Also, by the way, they have a guy named Jared on that show as well, so they're automatically cool.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Yeah, I know. So for those of you who didn't understand the comment, because we took it off the screen so damn fast. And also, what up from the Inside the Five guys, one of the newer podcasts at Play. Check them out.
Yeah.
They are,
Nice active chat today.
yeah, right, dude. Our chat's kicking ass.
This is on fire. Now. You look, Jared. I can see your focus is all over the place. You're on the chat. You're like, I want to talk about something.
Dude,
but
I
can't.
have such
I'm on the
crazy
chat.
Hold on.
ADHD.
All right,
But,
we need to go back to this whole LSU thing real fast because
Yeah, okay.
obviously, like, how have you not been watching FSU for the last 7 years and known this is what FSU does? They give up after look, they suck. Like, they sucked the last 3 to 4 years.
Yep.
They had old men reading books in the student section going to sleep because they were so boring. Like, who didn't think LSU was about to drive 99 yards down the field and score a touchdown? Like, who
Because
didn't think that was
LSU's
gonna happen?
offense
Because I was like,
so inept.
Dude, you know the odds of it was like plus 100 that they go down and score. It wasn't even like a stretch for them to go down and score.
I was in a state where
99
live
yards.
betting wasn't allowed, so.
Well, I'm not either, but it doesn't mean I couldn't go check the odds.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair
didn't
enough.
even think about
It's a
that.
Google search, man. Come on.
But
No, it's like this is like that's the most FSU thing to do. And then honestly, I've never been happier to see Brian Kelly cry on the sideline than to see that kick get blocked.
all right,
Like that
so
man was holding back crocodile tears, and it was fantastic.
Before we talk about the shit show that was North Carolina football teams this weekend, can we also talk about the fact that literally, what do you guys think Brian Kelly's under over is for games before he either gets fired or less?
4.
Ooh, man, if you ask that media pool, it's going to be 2 at the rate he's going, or 1 Alabama loss. Take your pick.
Who the hell they play next week? They play somebody ridiculous next week too.
Do they?
Or no, I think they have a gimme game next week, but like their schedule, I think it's a week 4 through 8. Kevin was breaking down for me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they play Southern University next year. Then they play Mississippi State, New Mexico, and then they play Auburn.
The
basically, they basically better hope they go 3-1 going into playing Auburn.
Yeah, you might go 4-1 then.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but like this also. By the way, like I love all the rumors that broke the next day about this guy's about to transfer. This guy called him a fake ass Ed Orgeron. I was like, yo, I know they're all fake accounts. I was so like excited. I don't know why I want so much drama. Maybe because I've always fucking hated Brian Kelly. I don't know why.
I hate him.
I hated him even before he was at Notre Dame. I liked Cincinnati, but I hated him as a coach.
Look, I grew up a Notre Dame fan, so like growing up before college, I was a Notre Dame fan. I still didn't like Brian Kelly like at all. And I was just like, this guy is the biggest waste of space here. He's just like, bring back Charlie Weiss. At least he was entertaining and wasn't a complete douchebag to everybody in the world.
Charlie Weiss is a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, actually, so somebody will talk about Kayshon Boutte in the chat. What do you guys think about that? After the game, cutting all ties with LSU.
Yo, that's my boy Lucas. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of want to see if he enters, like if he actually does want to transfer. Like, I feel like there's actually some legitimate like smoke to that fire. I mean, fire to that smoke. Sorry. I honestly look at the whole LSU structure. They peaked with the 6th best team. They struggled with the 6th best team in the ACC. How the hell are they going to make it to that meat grinder you call the SEC?
Well, Brian Kelly has showed previous experience against the SEC, so we know how that's going to go. It's going to look good on paper, and then it's going to be 41-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah. I haven't seen Will King comment on one of our shows in like 6 months. What up, Will?
Will King is a fantastic TikTok follow. So he comments, he follows back. Will King's good. He's a good guy.
Will King is a good dude. He's been with Billy for a hot minute. I
know Iowa was not much better.
That Iowa, I don't want to talk about that Iowa game. Stop. I watched 30 seconds of it and literally was like, this is like pulling my eyes off. I literally switched back. I can't remember which game I was watching. It might have been they were 1:00 start, right?
Yeah, they were an early start.
It was an early start. So yeah, I watched the North Carolina versus fucking App State game. That game was electric from start to finish. There were 40-something points scored in the fourth quarter. That is nuts. I don't understand how like that. Like it. Whoever bet the over, I think was only 40-something points or 50 points. It was something really low. And North Carolina's offense isn't that good. It's just both teams' defenses were fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, dude, like the quarterback for App State, he's a transfer from Clemson. He literally transferred from Clemson because of Trevor Lawrence. And he was like, I'm not getting playing time, so I have to go somewhere. And so I'm going to go to App State. Last year, we did a Marshall game on Colorcast, Marshall App State game, and he was lighting it up against Marshall in that game. And if it wasn't for Marshall's run game, it was like
I wanted to, but I just completely I was in Massachusetts. I couldn't bet because that state sucks. Except for Martha's Vineyard. Okay,
betting is coming very soon.
I have literally part of the state tattooed on my forearm, but yeah, it's okay. App State, seriously, it was. Dude, I love the chat blow up right now. This is great. But also, it's like I know I'm loving this. All the fucking love. I love this. I love all y'all so much. Salary report, what up? I haven't seen you guys in a hot minute. Here's the thing, right? With that App State game, also we can extend this over to East Carolina versus NC State. because NC State's quarterback's mechanics give me a brain hemorrhage. He literally has a drop and a hitch, and then he leans into the throw. He leans with his elbow. My cousin's like, "Why are you twitching?" My cousin started watching college football with me and Kevin, and he was like, "Dude, Jared, why are you getting so pissed off watching East Carolina's quarterback?" I'm like, "Dude, his literal mechanics are giving me a seizure because it makes no sense how the ball's flying out straight. It looks like he's shot putting it, and yet they still almost beat the best defense in the ACC."
Dude, they should have beat. Let's be honest, they should have beat the best.
They should have beat them. There was multiple times where North Carolina and NC State should have lost.
Yeah. But look, let's be honest. When it comes to Carolina quarterback, like any city or any quarterback in the state of Carolina, doesn't matter which school, they all somehow have a Phillip Rivers type of aspect to them. They all look like they're shot putting at some point in time. Like I just feel like it's the state of Carolina. Like both Carolinas do not teach proper mechanics when it comes to throwing football.
You know what's so funny? Like I didn't realize how bad De'Ara King's mechanics were at Miami until I watched Van Dyke throw one ball. I was like, "Holy crap, that's beautiful looking." Or because he's got that old school kind of left switch where it's kind of like 3/4 of the ball's coming out, and I'm just like, "That's beautiful looking." Same thing with CJ Stroud. I love his mechanics too. They're gorgeous. Yeah. But I don't know. Like any other reaction on this wild college football weekend besides the usual of me and Matt's gimmies, like kicking the doors in.
Well, I think we got to give credit to Bethune gave it a really tough fought.
One touchdown, baby.
They gave it their all. I mean, they gave Miami a run for the money, but at the end of the day, Miami's late game-winning drive to make it 70-13. Put it away.
Yeah.
I love how our second string running back ran for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. Because Jalen Knighton had a soft tissue injury. It was Mario Cristobal going, "I'm not starting my All-American left tackle or my possible Doak Walker Award nominee running back for Bethune Cookman. I'm sitting for this one."
I saw the score and I'm like, Jared is sitting comfortably right now wherever he is.
I think I had already smoked 2 cigars, drank at least 4 beers, and had a sandwich from like the amazing deli down the road. I was living in heaven, right? I think I was prepping for dinner that night too. I was in heaven. Are you kidding me?
All I know is that my BC Eagles hit a new low when losing to Rutgers.
Yo, I'm sorry. I got family from Jersey. I have boys who played at Rutgers. I was chanting for the Scarlet Knights. I was amped as fuck. I'm like, yo, Rutgers winning made my weekend. I was like, this.
When I saw the schedule, I was like, watch, BC's going to lose to Rutgers, and they did. They did not disappoint. They freaking
Rutgers have to beat somebody.
Jared, do you remember that quarterback from Southern that transferred from Southern to Rutgers? Was it Rob?
Yeah, it's my boy, Rob Natolo. That's my boy.
Whatever happened to him?
I still text him all the time. He's doing stuff. I tried to be a boxer. It really didn't go that great. But yo, look at this. He's right, not wrong though. Dylan Gabriel looked like shit against UTEP. There's another one. There was another quarterback I did not like how they played either. But it's so funny. A lot of these teams are ranked in the top 10.
Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams was shaky.
Well, look. Okay, so here's my problem with USC. Against trash competition, your leading rusher is your quarterback. Why is he out there for that long to become your leading rusher?
Yeah.
No other rusher breaks 50 yards.
And USC's always had a tradition of getting good running backs. Like, there's got to be at least 1 or 3 or 4 star on there.
Man, there's not. The Pac-12 is done. that's my takeaway from this weekend.
Yo,
the Pac-12, pack your bags.
Everything in the Pac-12 went south real quick. Their top 3 teams all got the top 2 teams got their ass whooped, and then they're Utah. Utah wasn't a terrible.
To be fair,
loss,
Utah is probably the strongest of everybody in the Pac-12.
No, but they just proved that the Pac-12
close.
can't even compete because Florida would get their ass kicked in the ACC by their top 3 teams. But the thing is, like, Florida is a good ACC team right now. They are a mid-level SEC. They have an amazing quarterback. Their supporting cast is shit though. So, at least by SEC standards.
Well, USC quarterbacks need to just enjoy their college career while they can because they're going to get a first-round drafted and they're going to have the worst NFL career known to man.
Will there ever be a quarterback from USC who's not dog shit? Probably not.
No,
Oh,
we've had
God.
two
We're
of like
screwed.
the major
Good
three so
God.
far.
Oh, we're done.
Well, I don't think we're focusing on anything that was on the docket for the rest of the show.
Oh, no. I mean, listen, the docket, I literally wrote optional for half the shit I wrote down. So, listen, I know, because, like, the fact that I have ADHD, Matt lets me kind of just roam, and the two of you are just enablers. I knew this was going to be a shit show. Especially for the fact that we are official.
That's why you gave me a half-hour max, because you know I wasn't gonna.
Well, I mean,
keep
you can
this
stay
on
for the
rails.
full hour and a half. I don't care. I invited Big Boss Mike, but he's stuck up in Michigan.
Sure,
He's been trying to come on my show for 2 years. He just never makes it on. He was complaining my show
that's a
too
good
early, so I
excuse.
moved back a half hour. And like now I got people who actually want to come on. Hey, Jason, we'll be on talking pro ball in about 5 minutes. Calm your tits.
Maybe
Dolphins,
seven, let's be
Dolphins
honest.
football, college football, it's all the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Oof. Talking about college stuff. So,
hold on.
Okay.
You got to bring up that sports fan comment down there.
What?
Sports. The Pac-12 is the equivalent to the NLFA.
Oh, come on now.
yo,
I don't know. Ooh, this might be.
yo.
Let's be fair. At least the NLFA has a little bit more excitement on punt returns.
Yo, facts. No, not gonna lie, the NLFA actually is kind of fun.
Oh,
It
I
is,
love-
yeah. It was
I watched you
all
guys
games.
do the commentating for this shit. I actually watched one of the games. I think it was Duck, you and I think it was maybe you and Stan.
Yeah, look, I thoroughly enjoyed one doing the commentary, but two just watching it in general. 'Cause, you know,
Dude,
these
it's
guys
fun
love-
football. It's a lot of these guys can move. It's not like it's like shitty 30-year-olds trying to like recreate their glory days.
and they were playing their ass off.
There is
So
no
it was a
Bishop
good time.
Sycamores in this conference.
Nah, they could. Hey, they would have wiped Bishop Sycamore's ass.
Well, actually, no. He may have a point though. Pac-12 is the XFL pipeline. There you go.
Let's be honest. They're not the XFL's pipeline. They're like the USFC, like whatever that third conference was that was only based in California for a couple
by
years,
the
where they
way,
had like the Redwoods and
Dolphins
stuff.
by 20.
Oh, well,
Dolphins by 20.
And I just said it just below that. I fully expect the Patriots to lose to the Dolphins, so I'm getting my digs in now because it's just too much fun with Jason.
Yeah, no, the Bombers are the best, by the way. Yeah, hands down.
Oh yeah,
Bombers
I don't know the. Oh, now I'm blanking on the team name. Damn it.
Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks, thank you. The Lumberjacks looks explosive as hell there.
Speaking
second
of
half of the
something
season.
that's heavy and hits the ground hard like a tree, Jason Peters is signed with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, he did. And
You
the
know what?
fact-
Listen, we are continuing the trend of Eagles players going to the Cowboys and being shit, and Cowboys players going to the Eagles and being shit. Let's keep the
Don't say that about
track
Jason
going.
Peters. You can't
Listen,
say that about Jason Peters.
I love the
'Cause he
bodyguard.
can't
That
do-
man is
he can't do any
saint.
worse.
Yeah, no. What he was on the Bears last year was fucking terrible. So hey, only wipe it up.
No, he
No,
can't do
they
any
got
worse
Eric-
than what he's been doing.
Eric Fisher's still out there too, and they're still that like 40-year-old tackle.
Okay, so Eric Fisher, we just put him to bed. That whole draft class for tackles besides
That was
Lane
terrible
Johnson was
draft
dog
class.
shit.
Do you guys
Besides
remember
Lane
who went
Johnson.
number 2 after him?
Lane
It
Johnson.
was Luke Jokel went number 2 overall after Eric Fisher going number 1.
Luke Jokel, who lasted 5 years in the league. Like,
Yep.
Was it 5? I thought he lasted at least 7.
maybe, no, I think he got 2 contracts. Yeah, you're right. So 7. Eric Fisher should have got a second career in like Indy, and you figure at least with that offensive line he'd be able to stay longer because the fact is they have 4 all-pro candidates on that O line, and it's like, oh no,
3.
we're just gonna put 3, yeah, Eric, and then you put Eric Fisher there. It's like, oh, listen, like if you put one bad O lineman with 4 good O linemen, it's kind of like a bad, okay player on a good basketball team. It brings his level of talent up. O-lineman's kind of like that thing where it's actually kind of nice to have like good talent around you. Listen, I would not take Haloti Vaitai by himself, but with that 2017 Eagles O-line, he was a Pro Bowler. So you know what? I'll take it.
You
the
say
way
that
it
one more
works.
time.
Hello, Big V. That's his nickname.
Yeah, no, I want to
say
hear.
that
This
twice.
pronunciation again.
I know his last name is Vaitai. I tried so many times since 2016 when we drafted him to pronounce that fucker's name. I love him. He won a ring with us. I can't.
Speaking of wild names, I wonder whatever happened to Michael Wananui. Pretty sure that's how you say that. The
I
tight end.
absolutely-
Yeah.
I absolutely loved him. Just
That
because
was
I loved
great.
hearing everybody butcher his name. It was
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Like watching me try to
goes-
butcher DJU's name from Clemson. I pronounced it right once on Kevin's show when I did the ACC preview. But then I also said I said he was Tebow-like, but then I also then refuted the statement by saying, if Tim Tebow is New York style pizza as a college quarterback, DJ U is Domino's from the Ohio State campus. And Kevin
That's a
goes,
terrible
dude,
analysis. I don't even know what that's comparing to.
Okay, so
analysis
New
I've ever
York
heard.
and New Haven style pizza are considered like the best in the world, or at least the best in America.
Sure, it's pretty.
A
damn
Domino's
By
from
who? Not by any fat people who have liked pizza in their life.
Kelsey, I want you to come up to Connecticut, and I'm going to take you to New Haven pizza. Okay, I want you to experience glory.
It actually is. It's pretty damn good, Kelsey.
If I throw this on the ground, but yeah, we're gonna have problems.
Oh,
If
I
you throw us on
promise
the
you, there
ground,
will
I'm
be no
swinging.
pizza.
I don't care. I'll
in
knock
Haven
your
you'll be thrown on the
6'2"
ground,
ass out. I don't
unless
care.
it's Domino's.
Look, TSS knows there's a rating system for food. You got to come right with this food. Like it can't come weak.
Okay.
You got to have flavor to the food.
Not true. Not true.
It's the best comment of the night so far.
Okay,
It'll be on the
I
Korner Booth
haven't
tab.
actually been that drunk on a show in about holy shit, almost 3 months. My birthday show, I was trashed.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Jared.
Well, that was also St. Patrick's Day, so and I didn't have work the next day. I think I was going golfing too, so I literally was like, "Fuck it, I need to just keep drinking."
Yeah, that's a rough time to try to be on a show.
To my
But
birthday,
anyways,
yeah, professional growth. My 27-year-old ass isn't drunk on a show where I'm actually encouraged to drink because it's literally like we're the corner booth of a sports bar. Beer.
Is that a Stone Cold beer?
No, this is Buena Veza by Stone Brewing. Is a salt lime lager, only 110 calories, 4.3% alcohol by volume. It is my favorite beach beer ever. I still have a 12-pack left in the summer, so.
I'm glad you consider calories when drinking. That's fantastic.
Listen, I lost like 30 pounds this summer, so fuck yeah, I do.
No, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm serious.
Well, listen, like that's also why I'm drinking Ghost Double, because Ghost Double is actually one of the lower calorie double IPAs. It's actually pretty low. It's like 180 or whatever. Most double IPAs like in the 250s.
Do what I do and just chug White Claws.
Atta girl. Was that sexist? Hope not. God, no, I don't count calories. I just try to work my ass out as much as possible, so I don't feel like a complete fat ass when I go home.
But you're already at home, so you can't go anywhere. So you shouldn't feel like a fat ass.
I should
like, who's judging you in your own house? Is your cat judging you now? Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
What is going on to make you so concerned about feeling like a fat ass at home?
Well, no, it's like more or less when I just have to look at myself in the mirror. I'm the biggest judgment of myself.
Don't put mirrors up. It's that easy.
All right, you fuckers ready to talk about tonight's game? Holy shit!
Yes.
Oh my god! All right, so Tre'Davious White, of course, the big headline starts the season on the PUP list. For those of you who are uneducated in football terms, PUP list means physically unable to perform. Jokes aside from that name itself, Tre'Davious White is one of the most annoying and one of the most skilled corners in football by a country mile.
100%.
Yeah, he's like him, and I put him, Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, these guys who aren't like rocket speed wise, but are fast enough and just do everything right mechanically, and they use their talent to perfection. So that's why Tre'Davious White, honestly, to me, is a top 5 corner without even question. So now tonight against a top-rated Rams offense who lost OBJ for Allen Robinson. For any Bears fan is probably cringing right now because they're waiting for Robinson to light up for 200 yards. I almost took that over, by the way. I think it was 100. It was 85 yards for Robinson for his debut with the Rams. I was kind of like, that seems really tempting with only Kier Elam as their best corner. I was like, that's tempting.
Whoa. Don't forget Taron Johnson.
All right, I like Taron Johnson, but like
he is literally their number 1 corner right now.
I know.
And he is not it's not even a question he's their number 1 corner right now. He is their number 1 corner.
I'm a Kier Elam stan, that's why
yeah, he can be a Kier Elam fan.
There's very few
Hey, Trayvon Diggs is number 2. That's all I'm saying.
No, Trayvon Diggs would be a number
2 and still be trash.
Listen, Trayvon Diggs would be a 4th-string cornerback if one wasn't for his name. 2, the fact he's the luckiest bounce line interceptions.
Look, I got to give him credit where credit's due. He makes the stupidest picks, becoming the second
But he's a
The second
hell of a
coverage
guy.
man.
Listen,
Like if
he's
he
hell
was
of
a
a guy when he
safety,
catches the ball.
if he's a safety, fantastic. He's a fantastic
Well,
safety.
why don't your
If he's a
Cowboys,
corner,
who haven't
though,
had a good
like-
safety since Roy Williams, moved to safety?
Because they're idiots. The Cowboys are. Wait, how many times do we have to go over this? I may be a Cowboys fan, but the Cowboys are idiots.
I love hearing it.
There's no question. They're the dumbest player personnel grouping.
Kelsey, I'm a
officials in the
diehard
world.
Philadelphia Eagles fan. I love hearing Cowboys fans, especially ones that I actually consider friends, admit that the Cowboys are dog shit or they're idiots.
They're awful. They make the dumbest player personnel decisions. Like, I'm sorry, Jason Peters. I'm happy about Jason Peters because no other reason than, well, I'm just a Jason Peters stan from when he was healthy. Now I'm just like, at this point, he's going to be a turnstile. I don't really care. It was going to be a turnstile out there anyways. So this is just going to be another situation. But
my biggest thing with this game tonight, as we circle back, is much like, listen, the Jeff Heath experience is my favorite thing in the Cowboys secondary.
no.
That white boy, to quote Deion Sanders, that white boy could run, but man, he couldn't cover shit.
It ran like a blind squirrel.
Exactly.
The ball's going this way. Jeff Heath is going that way. And I'm not talking like the ball's still coming this way. Like the ball is literally 20 yards that way.
To peak the audio.
Yeah,
bro,
I noticed that.
No. Like Jeff Heath,
so bad.
Jeff Heath is a hot
That's what
button
you
issue
bringing
for
up
me.
how bad Orlando Skandrick was on the Eagles, man. Holy
I would
fuck.
never do that to you, though.
I know, but I feel bad now about the Jeff Heath.
Level of respect.
Jeff Heath,
There it is again.
it's peaking.
That's when you know he's serious. That's when you know he's serious.
Oh my god. So
Pretty
no,
sure
what I'm
Mo
talking about
Claiborne's
Jeff Heath is a more
agent still.
skilled Anthony Sorensen. That's what I said.
Please, Anthony Sorensen wipes the floor with Jeff Heath 10 days out of 5.
Anthony, Tyrann Mathieu, look at him like, what the hell are you doing every time?
And he's still better.
That's my favorite picture.
still
If
better.
I was like not like I get disgruntled. I'm very petty. If I wasn't like so superstitious about making another NFL team my background, Tyrann Mathieu going like this while Sorensen getting burned would be my iPhone background forever. That is the greatest picture of all time. Look it up. You can find it. It's all over Google, Twitter. It's Tyrann Mathieu goes like this. Look at Sorensen, who's getting smoked by 20 yards. And I'm just like, what the shit?
Yeah, my
God.
favorite is Julio Jones's just absolute leveling of Jeff Heath. That's my favorite Jeff Heath moment in the world.
Yeah.
Is Julio Jones absolutely crushing Jeff Heath.
Yes.
I will never get a tattoo of Jeff Heath on my body. Ever. I will have to cut that piece of
How about
body
his
off.
number? How about his number?
No, never. There's not been a good 38 ever to play for the Cowboys.
Fair
What
enough.
if you wasn't Mark Sanchez was a Cowboy backup or something for a little like a
Yo,
season,
he
right?
was.
What if you
He
do?
was,
What if
yeah.
you replicate Rex Ryan's pinup doll tattoo, but of a Mark Sanchez jersey of in the number 3 Cowboys Mark Sanchez one, whatever.
I feel like if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, Kelsey will get so drunk that you'll be able to talk about this
Oh.
one tattoo.
Jared, I have a great terrible tattoo story that involves the Eagles. You would love to hear it.
Oh,
I was
God.
at the gym.
Yeah, go for it.
I was at the gym not too long ago, and this guy had a Nick Foles Eagles tattoo, and it was with his back to you, so you saw his number, and he's holding up the Lombardi. The motherfucker didn't have legs; it was a bird. It was like it looked like he was on the body of an ostrich. I guess that was supposed to be like an eagle.
Don't
but
they
it
know
literally
Nick
looked
Foles
like
is
an
part
ostrich.
statue by how slow he runs?
So I'm looking, I'm like, there's feathers under him, under his back where his legs are, and it was a fucking like ostrich.
Are you sure he wasn't just standing on his third leg?
So it's very
Literally,
furry. If
the
that was
best
his
chant I ever heard in an Eagles game about St. Nicholas.
Yep.
No, Jason, Roy Williams wore 31, not 38.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
that, Jason.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh, Lordy. Oh, all right,
Don't tell me with a Cowboys number conversation here.
oh my God. All right, hey, listen, how about this? Matt, if the Diamondbacks win the World Series this year, I'll get a fucking Diamondbacks logo tattooed on me somewhere. How about that?
Ooh, can
To
you
make
make
a-
sure it's the purple one though?
Works
Like it's
to
gotta
me.
be the
fuck yeah.
throwback.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, obviously. No,
Oh,
or at least
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's gotta be the
that's
throwback
cool.
logo.
Listen, I got the 0-1 World Series hat on. I remember.
Nice, nice.
I literally I was drunk
Pepperidge
off
Farm
my
remembers.
ass. So really bad story. Like, right? So I'm drunk off my ass on vacation. The Diamondbacks just beat whoever they beat. They won like 5 straight or whatever, 7 straight, whatever the hell it was. And I literally walked downstairs. Kevin's sitting on the couch on his phone at my grandparents' like vacation house. I look over. I'm like, Kevin, 2001's happening again. Kevin goes, what? Because what else happened in 2001 about a month and a half before the World Series?
You mean what happened on Sunday?
Yeah, what happens on?
Yeah, let's not talk about
Yeah.
Let's not damper our spirits any more than Jeff Heath commentary.
Kevin's face was this color, pure white. He goes, "What?" I'm like, "No, November 1st, 2001." Just
Guys.
so.
What is that comment?
Oh my god.
I don't think I could be as brash as Derek Lewis, but I want to be right now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I wish I was such a badass as
my
Derek
God.
Lewis. Sign me up for that.
Holy shit, we're 40 minutes in already. We got to talk some football.
No, we don't.
All right.
I think we'll pass that.
Okay. I think I'm looking at the money line right now because we're going to talk. Obviously, we're going to talk about this game in the 6-pack. We'll kick off our 6-pack in a minute with it, obviously, because that's going to take up most of our time as it usually does on Thursdays. But, oh, man. I love how everyone, the popular pick right now, everyone's like, oh, the Rams are this, the Rams are that. It's like, anybody else just be like, defending Super Bowl champs always lose on the I think the last one to actually win was Philly in 18, right?
I think Tampa played Dallas after they had the
That doesn't count. It's like a tune-up game.
Right. That sounds right.
Still a regular season game where the rings were presented and the defending champion won.
Fair. Okay, so maybe I was a little off.
The Bills
like
were
half.
only... Sorry, go ahead.
You're good, Andrew. I'm just rambling.
I was gonna say the Bills are only 2.5-point favorites right now.
Yeah, which is
low.
To me is so low. Right now, the lines according to DraftKings Sportsbook, money line for the Bills is about -130. For the Rams, it's +110. Under over is set at 52. That's higher. Take the over, kids.
Yeah. I'm taking the over on that as well.
I should have added that to my parlay. I would have fucking run off like a bandit. My biggest thing about this game is I really hope it lives up to what we thought the Super Bowl was going to be. As much as I enjoyed Bills Rams, it felt forgettable because in the back of my head, I knew it was going to be the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I do. It's hard to think back to that Super Bowl and remember it as being entertaining. And that's maybe that's harsh, but it was, as I think you said, the perfect word: forgettable.
So here's the biggest thing about it. It was a fun Super Bowl. Maybe I had a lot of fun because it was the first time I ever hosted a Super Bowl party. So like I had like 15 friends there, and I actually was like, this is actually kind of lit. But I was so busy with making sure everyone was having fun. I was cooking. I know none of my bets were going to hit, but I was just having a great time. I look up like, oh, this game sucks, but it's okay because it's like, I don't really hate either team winning. It was one of those few Super Bowls where I'm like, I honestly am happy with either team winning, where that rarely ever happens. Usually, like with the 49ers Ravens Super Bowl, I hated the 49ers because they kicked the shit out of the Eagles that season in 2012. So I was like, yo, fuck them. And then I loved Ray Lewis because of obvious, reasons. And Ed Reed as well, and then also Jacoby Jones, I think, was on my fantasy team. So I was like, I'm rooting for my guys, and I'm rooting for the Ravens, and I'm like watching them kick the piss out of the 49ers and then watching the 49ers come back. So this Super Bowl was different because it was like, I wanted the Bengals to win because the upset pick would have been fucking hilarious, but at the same time, I was like, watching Stafford win a Super Bowl was perfect.
If the Bengals won, I just wanted to see Eli Apple get burned the entire game because he just starts talking out of pocket as if he's making these big plays. I'm like, dude, you're like low key, like one of the worst corners in like this league right now. But other than that, I mean, if you're a Browns fan, it's like you're pretty much watching either Odell get a ring or you're watching the Bengals get a ring.
The Bengals probably would have been less toxic,
embarrassing
for most of the Browns fans.
I'm starting to realize with the Browns, it may not be Baker, it may not be Odell, it may be Stefanski's overrated as fuck.
Guess we'll find out this year.
Okay, because by the way, Kyle Brandt. I don't know if y'all saw this. Kyle Brandt took the fucking Panthers to win the division in the South.
Bold move,
I mean,
Tommy.
listen, I like the boldness. I think they actually might finish with a winning record if Baker plays his advertised. But now that McCaffrey's got his,
I like Baker this year.
except for McCastrisk having his 15,000th injury, he's gonna be he's on the injury report already.
You got Chuba
With a
Hubbard.
shin
You're fine.
injury.
You
Yo,
have
Chuba Hubbard
you'll be
is that dude.
No, Dante
Mad
Foreman
users
will be-
know.
No,
Dante
I'm a-
Foreman will be the
I
number
am a
one backup.
Chuba Hubbard stan. I love
Chuba.
that dude's running style. Downhill and fast.
What do you think Dante Foreman is? Foreman is going to be the
Downhill
go-to guy
and
as a
stump.
backup.
Downhill and stumbling.
Yeah, exactly. Downhill, stumbling, and slow. It gets
Foreman
caught by
will be the-
linebackers and defensive linemen.
Foreman's
Yeah,
going to be the
Chuba
main
Hubbard
backup.
actually has some breakaway get up. Chuba Hubbard cannot run it like a fast
Also-
lineman.
Chuba Hubbard is literally carrying the hopes and dreams of Canada on his back, so I'm going to take him anytime over Devontae Smith.
Our
Foreman.
socialist neighbors to the north. Got it.
Hey, they want football to become big. This Chuba Hubbard is going to carry them to
Listen,
that.
I'm
that
okay with Canadian football becoming big because the CFL shots of Ryan McCarthy is honestly very entertaining. I actually watched a couple of games when I was a kid. I think it was the Winnipeg Blue Bombers were like the nasty offensive team. I legit would watch their shit because it was fun as fuck. I remember when Ricky Williams went to the Argonauts. I actually watched a couple of the games.
You know,
That's probably
Duke
because they didn't
Williams-
test for marijuana over there.
Exactly.
That's also true. Duke Williams, he's former Bills. Well, now he's a Bills practice squad receiver. He's the guy that is shown from the CFL running up and just blowing up a cornerback that was talking all the ish to him before the play. It's a highlight reel play from CFL, and that's a guy that's still
That's
currently
awesome.
sitting in
I
the
fucking
NFL
love
roster.
that shit. Yeah, I know. Canada gave me my favorite hockey player, Sidney Crosby. I love it. They're good for something.
Hey, well, and at least Chuba Hubbard has the chance to like make up for Chase Claypool being the bane of existence. He's the Justin Bieber of Canadians in the NFL, whereas Chuba Hubbard is
I
actually
was
the
so
Ryan Reynolds.
high on Chase Claypool before the draft, and then Juju got his fucking little TikTok hands on him. Oh, we're screwed. Oh my god. You know what's so funny now? Like, I actually think he'll be better now that Juju's gone because everyone's gonna be staring at George like I might rip your head off Pickens, and like Claypool's gonna be like, "Hey, 6'3" receiver runs a 4.4, man coverage on this little cornerback."
Deontay Johnson's still getting all the number one targets
Yeah, we'll see.
at
Yeah.
5'11".
New quarterback,
5 pounds soaking wet.
new quarterback, new favorite target. Big Ben hit up Johnson because he hadn't have the arm strength to get past 20 yards.
Yeah, well, Kenny Pickett's number one target last year. The guy that's about 5'11", 135 pounds.
Addison could fucking move. Also, Pittsburgh's offense was not dink and dunk. It was aggressive.
Chase Claypool can't run routes besides straight.
No, I'm talking
Chase
about.
Claypool also should never catch a ball in the fourth quarter ever again.
Yeah, fair. Whew. All right, so I guess, gentlemen, it is about that time, and also perfect time with the beer. For the second time this season, gentlemen, let's crack a six-pack. All right, kicking off. We already started talking about it. We'll get rock and roll with this game.
I thought it changed.
Tonight, kicking
Yeah,
off the NFL season. Thank Jesus we're back. The line right now is Rams plus 2.5. Home underdogs, even though I think the overhyping on the Bills is a little bit egregious, but I have the Bills winning because Josh Allen's the best quarterback in football. They have Greg Rousseau and Von Miller for edge rushers. They have a great defense. No Travis White. Yeah, it sucks, but unless your name's Tyreek Hill, I don't think that defense is going to have a problem with you. It's not about coverage ability, it's about speed. Their biggest problem last year is the fact that Tyreek could run past everyone on that defensive back crew. No offense, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, Van Jefferson, they can't run by half these guys. Cooper Kupp's still going to tear it up. I haven't scored a touchdown tonight.
Tell that to Antoine Woodfield.
But yeah, but listen, I think the Bills are the Super Bowl favorite. They are my Super Bowl favorite right now. I have them winning the Super Bowl right now. I know it's a gimme pick as hell, but it's like for me, it's like everybody and their fucking mom has this fucking Bills in the Super Bowl. But it's like
No, just look at the chat. Just look at the chat for just a second.
I love it. Wrong. Wrong. I hate vodka, but I love it.
But the tonight's win is correct.
Oh my God. That's perfect.
That's fantastic.
I can't. I crack up with that shit. No, but like with the Bills tonight, I can't. Josh Allen had to and Stephon Diggs and these dudes had to watch the fucking Chiefs beat them on a fucking coin toss. And that's got to be the worst. And I can't. Thanks, Jason. You know what, to me, I just can't see the Bills like not wanting to just rip whoever they see first. Also, by the way, I can't overstate this enough. Greg Rousseau may lead the league in sacks this year, by the way. Just be prepared. That's my dog. I love Greg, but like even Stephon Diggs goes, dude, this dude's a different kind. He's like an alien. It's like not even fair. I boldly said on this podcast 2 years ago, Greg Rousseau is going to have a better pro career than Chase Young, and I got hate for it. About to prove it right.
I've got also this game being a Super Bowl preview in my own opinion. I think I also have the Bills winning the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a Rams-Bills matchup in the end of the day. You got two high-powered offenses. You got two high-powered defenses. I had the Bills winning tonight, not by a large margin or anything like that, but I just think it's really going to come down to if the Rams can contain Josh Allen in the pocket, then it's a different game. But once he just steps out of that pocket and scrambles, it's like there's no bringing him down. He's going to run for however many yards he wants to run before he either slides or gets out of bounds. He's got a fuck ton of options too. I mean, he doesn't have Cole Beasley, but you got Stephon Diggs, you got Gabe Davis, you got Isaiah McKenzie, and then you have the long forgotten Jamison Crowder, who when healthy puts up in fantasy worlds puts up at least 20 points a game, but he is a reception machine. He'll get six catches a game, maybe 8 targets. He gets like 50, 60 yards. He's a small little fast guy. They've got 3 running backs also. I mean, I'm not sure who's going to be used the most today. It's probably going to be Singletary. I like Cook more than all of them, but you got Singletary, you got Moss, you got Cook, and then you also got Dawson Knox, who's a pretty underrated tight end in my opinion. I think they got a lot of weapons, and I think they have a lot of talented guys that they can spread around and use more than I think that the Rams would have right now. I know they don't have Van Jefferson right now, but I got the Bills today. I think they win by a margin of at least three or 4 points.
Very nice.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite way because I actually have the Rams repeating as Super Bowl champions. But I love the Bills. Let me just state that fact. I love the Bills. I think they're a fantastic team. But, Jared, you told me the exact reason why the Bills are going to lose this game earlier. Tre'Davious White. You can't stop Cooper Kupp. You can't stop Allen Robinson. You can't stop insert tight end here and Tyler Higbee. You can't stop insert third receiver here, likely Van Jefferson. You can't stop Cam Akers. You have a lot of work to do. I don't think the Bills are going to be able to do it. I think the Rams take this one, and you know what? I think the Rams are going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. But yeah, this is going to be a very fun matchup, nonetheless.
All right, fair.
I'm on the Bills side of things here. I agree with just about everything Matt said. I don't think it's going to be a lot of people saying that the Bills are going to run away with this. I do think it's still going to be a good game. I think it's going to be around a touchdown game. So I still think that -2.5. I'm going to be betting that -2.5 as part of an in-game parlay. So yeah, and you know what? Someone just said it with Van Jefferson out. Ben Skrowinek on the showdown tonight is massive value. I think he's only about like 1,800.
That's huge. Give me Skrowinek over any one of the corners 100%. That'll be covering him because he's literally going to be 6 inches taller than any single one of them.
And I've already gone in the end zone. I've already gone in and put him into a ton of my lineups for tonight. So yeah, that's a massive value in the showdown lineup if you're playing DFS tonight.
I'm not going to repeat that one, but yeah. Nope. Look, that was last year when he's a special teams player, but let's not forget this guy was also clutch in keeping their team in front every time he had an opportunity. He just didn't catch a touchdown ball. One touchdown ball that he was given the opportunity to catch. That's the only thing he didn't do.
Damn.
I'll take my free point now. Thank you.
There you go. All right.
By the way, it's a fun stat for you guys. And Jared, you were trying to make this point earlier about Super Bowl defending champions. Since 2000, only the Super Bowl defending champion has only lost 6 times.
Wow.
On their opening day game, and
Maybe
one of those was an away game.
Maybe it's because I look at the year the Patriots. I think it was 2017 when the Patriots lost to the Chiefs, and they got their ass whooped. That sticks in my mind. I don't. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I just locked in my my bets on FanDuel. So we're in this for the long run, boys.
Bully goes where no cotton goes before.
Damn straight. All right. I'm locked in, so let's get rocking and rolling here. All right, next up on the docket, we're going to stay with the NFL. We are going to Carolina for Browns Panthers. The line right now is only 1.5 for the Browns. This is not count as an upset, by the way, gents. I got the Panthers. Give me Baker lighting it up. I love the revenge storyline. I love the fact that they went and got Laviska Shenault to add to DJ Moore, whoever the hell starts at running back, and Terrence Marshall. I like the makeup of that team. Are they going to win? Probably. The Browns offense without Deshaun is fucking terrible.
Don't say that about Nick Chubb.
Listen, that's fine, man. Nick Chubb is going to.
Nick Chubb is never terrible, even in a bad game for the Browns. Nick Chubb is never terrible.
I'm just surprised they never traded what's his face, Kareem Hunt. I thought they were going to move him.
No, they already gave him a one trade request. Let's not give him to multiples.
Yeah, fair enough.
I agree with the comment with Panthers win, but Baker plays pretty much mid. Baker's pretty much good for having one of those games where he throws 2 or 3 touchdowns and then also has multiple turnovers. I think this is the biggest revenge game of the season, minus hopefully when the Texans beat Deshaun Watson. There's a fly flying around, but I
thought you were just throwing away the Texans just like that.
No, leave me alone. But you look at the Panthers. I love the receiving core. You got Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. You got Laviska Shenault. You still have who was the rookie, Terrence Marshall. And then if he plays, if he doesn't play, you got McCaffrey. You got Chuba Hubbard. I like the Panthers with their newly acquired assets. I like Baker Mayfield with them. I love them against the Browns, especially with no Deshaun Watson. It's going to be Jacoby Brissett, and he's going to have to rely on Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt to dump the ball off too. And then just, he's one, like I say all the time, he's one Amari Cooper injury away from having absolutely nothing. So I love the Panthers in this situation. The only thing that would give them any sort of disruptions would be Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett. Not the greatest of offensive lines down in Carolina, but if they can hold off Myles Garrett, I think they're going to be pretty fine because they don't have to, throw to their number one guy when Denzel Ward is hovering around him. You got a lot of options down there, Carolina. I like Baker to end this long rant off. I don't think it's going to be a blow out of the way game, but I think they can win. I think they can cover a spread if it was like a 7-point kind of thing. I think they can win by a touchdown.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm there for Carolina too. I've been saying all offseason that I'm a Baker Mayfield fan this year. I think he revitalizes himself a little bit here, and against his previous team that he feels disrespected by, just the absolute perfect start to the season for him. So I'm there for. I think is a dump off to Christian McCaffrey all day.
McCastrisk.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we all love the Browns defense, let's be honest, the Panthers defense might be better and younger. Overall, I mean, it's a terrifying defense, top to bottom. Jeremy Chin is absolutely just a terrifying prospect at safety. You add in that you have all the corners they have the defensive linemen to get after somebody, shut down a running game that have shut down running games that are big bodies that can deal with a Nick Chubb. I think I'm with you guys on this one. The Panthers take this one, but it's going to be a little closer. Obviously the 1-point spread. Yeah, the Panthers still cover that. Like the Panthers are gonna win this game, so they're gonna obviously cover that spread. But it's a situation where it's gonna be a little closer than most believe. But I do think Baker gets this. But don't surprise me if you look at Greg Newsome, who actually just recently had an interview about Baker, said Baker was fantastic. But all the chemistry was just off. If Greg Newsome's the guy that picks off Baker to kind of shut that one down, and Myles Garrett might even have a field day in this one. I mean, let's be honest, Myles Garrett is a terrifying person, and he's a little salty that T.J. Watt won Defensive Player of the Year last year, so he's going to be wanting to get a couple sacks in there, especially against Baker.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I still think the Panthers win. Easy.
Alrighty. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. This is my upset pick.
Good game.
Give me the fucking Raiders, 3.5-point road dogs to get the dub. Actually, no, I think they're home. Who cares? Fuck it.
Well, it does make a difference this week. Let me check that for you. Keep talking.
Yeah,
Keep going slow.
That's going to be my upset of the pick, I think, this week too. It's tough because they're all close games. I love divisional games because it doesn't matter that it's, you could say that the Chargers have a better team on paper. This is a divisional game. Nobody knows who's going to win the game at the end of the day when it comes to those kind of guys. Derek Carr, I think, is like a slept-on quarterback. I think he's underrated. He's 100%. Always got great accuracy. This is a guy that's had terrible coaching. He's had terrible GMs. He's been in multiple offensive schemes, and in many seasons, he's still played at a respectfully pretty good level for what he had at that time. I think the key factor in this game is just not going to be having J.C. Jackson. I think that's going to be the big factor for this turning point of kind of a game, because I think they're going to be able to be hitting Devontae Adams more. They got Hunter Renfrow they can kind of squeeze in there. I'm pretty sure they got Keelan Cole, who another Jets guy that was a little sneaky guy for us because we obviously didn't have much last year. I like not named Josh Jacobs. I like their backup running back White. And Darren Waller's healthy. That's going to be a big addition to that offense as well. And then you go on the flip side, and now you got Chandler Jones and Max Crosby rushing Justin Herbert. So I'm excited for that game. I think if I had to name a factor, like I said, I think J.C. Jackson being out is going to be that key to help get the Raiders a victory on week 1.
So
yeah.
just to let you know, JC is actually a game time decision. He has not been ruled out yet.
Oh, I thought he was out for that whole game.
No,
I'm
he is
sticking
still
with the
game time
Raiders,
decision. Okay.
I already did this long rant. I'm going to stick with them.
I just wanted to let you know in case it changed your mind at all. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. I have Justin Herbert. I have the Chargers finishing number 1 in the AFC. I have Justin Herbert being the MVP. Austin Eckler is a fantastic piece out of the backfield. I mean, you can't stick with him. You can't. Good luck trying to guard him on an option route. There's not a single defender on the Raiders that can do so. There's not a single cornerback on the Raiders that can keep up with Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, who will supplant Keenan Allen as the number 1. Gerald Everett is a fantastic tight end. He's been doing it for years. Let's not forget Donald Parham, 6'7". Good luck trying to stop him. Who are you going to put on him? Divine? I mean, he's too busy trying to cover Gerald Everett. So if Donald Parham comes in, 6'7", corner of the end zone, wide open, and let's not forget this rebuilt offensive line for the Chargers. They added pieces that just make them that much better. And I haven't even started about their defense. Khalil Mack coming off the edge now with Joey Bosa. You have Kyle Van Noy in the middle along with Drew Tranquil and Kenneth Murray Jr., who is one of the most freakish linebackers in the league. Derwin James is still the best safety in the league. Fight me about it. I don't care. Derwin James is number 1 in the league in safety. Madden can suck it. They don't know how to rate people properly. J.C. Jackson, if he plays, he shuts down the number 1 target. Derwin James can shut down Darren Waller. And between Nasir Adley and Asante Samuel Jr., they can deal with Hunter Renfrow, which leaves you I don't know who for the Raiders to throw to. As much as I love Derek Carr, there's not a single Raider that can throw in that situation. So, give me the Chargers on this one from top to bottom. Just a much better, well-built team. But this will be a dogfight for this AFC West, hands down. It's not just going to be this game; it's going to be the entire AFC West all season. But yeah, I'm taking the Chargers in this one, and the Chargers will be the team out of the AFC West, but it's going to be a dogfight the whole way.
Yeah, look, I'm going to take the Chargers to win the game, but I'm going to take the Raiders to cover the 3.5-point spread, and I'm going to take the over 52.5. I think this, like you alluded to, I think there's just going to be points in this game. I don't think the defense is going to be set up enough to stop either team. And even if the Chargers jump out, I think the Raiders are going to be set up to at least be able to keep pace and chase. So I think this goes over 52.5. I think the Raiders can cover at 3.5. point spread right now. And look, I'm glad you brought up Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett's like my favorite value tight end this year. I think he's going to have a great year. I think he's going to fit in perfectly with this offense. So I'm all about Gerald Everett. I think he is going to be a massive value specifically for this week 1 matchup if you're playing DFS. So Chargers to win, Raiders to cover.
Look, and let's not forget that game going into the playoffs between these two. That was one of the craziest games we've all ever seen.
It sure was.
That was
And that's a game
is why I love football. Like that, that game was just so much fun.
And imagine how pissed you are if you're Justin Herbert right now. Like, imagine how pissed you are coming into this game after that situation, knowing full well you could have won the game if your coach just wasn't a dumbass. Like,
do you think that puts him on the hot seat?
If he didn't, Brandon. I think Brandon Staley's going to learn from that. I think that was a learning moment for Brandon Staley. I think he finally learned, like, I'm not going to be an idiot and just like put my balls out there every time. I think he's going to actually play by it. Like, Lane Kiffin has a statistical guy on the sideline. Like, he looks at and like the guy gives him a number. I think that Brandon Staley is going to play towards those numbers a little bit more this year instead of just like, oh yeah, we're going for every 4th down and 5. Like, he's going to be like a little bit more statistical analysis towards it. So he's going to learn for that one.
Well, and the Chargers are at home. I did look it up. The Chargers are home. Raiders are away. But let's be honest, Raider fans from Vegas are going to travel to LA. It's going to be a pretty even crowd if you ask me.
I think this game's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Like, I'm excited for every AFC West matchup. I don't care. It's going to be like that entire conference or that division is going to be so.
They're
exciting.
all going to be must-watch football every time there's a division matchup.
Yeah.
All right, last NFL game, but quick before we move on. The 6-pack is, of course, brought to you by our amazing friends at eatsofficial.com. You want amazing sunglasses like these that are – I love using the word Jared proof because I beat the hell out of my sunglasses. I just had to buy a nice pair, like nice to wear with a suit for a wedding I have next week that me and Matt Bull have to go to. And I want to make sure I had a nice pair of sunglasses. If you want something for a party, these are your man. Like, I can't say enough. I've left these in my work truck. I've literally dropped these on the beach. I've run into the water. I've got kicked into a pool with these things on. They're polarized, bulletproof. Not actually bulletproof. Don't actually test that. They're durable. And honestly, thousands of styles.
Pump the brakes, my guy.
And Belly Up gets sued.
Hundreds of styles.
Jared specifically gets sued.
Yeah.
They are not bulletproof. I will say that again. Don't do anything fucking stupid. But these are amazing sunglasses from the amazing people.
Non-fired bullet resistant.
They are made in America, made in Florida, and they are shipped up to you in a nice personalized package. Promo code Korner Booth for 10% off. I love these sunglasses. They're great. I actually brought these to the beach in the vineyard. There's actually some saltwater stains on them I got to clean off, but either way, they are great sunglasses. And honestly, you can't. Polarized sunglasses are so expensive right now. I paid $30 with that promo code. You're paying $30 after shipping, $35 max. Like, you can't beat that. So they have also a bunch of other styles, a little more reserve styles. Like, I remember Andrew actually won our contest.
Yep,
back
still going strong with mine
for our Super Bowl show, and those actually are probably one of my favorite ones that they have there. They also Kevin also was rocking a pair on vacation that were kind of like an aviator, like Clubmaster style, a little boxier. It was cool. But listen, they have a lot of great styles. Go check them out. eatsofficial.com. Promo code Korner Booth, 10% off. Official sponsor of the 6-pack and the Korner Booth podcast. All righty. Last NFL game, we are moving into Kelsey's territory for Buccaneers Cowboys. Sunday Night Football. Oh.
Just make me cry today, why don't you?
Kelsey, I love you, buddy.
It's just all about making me cry today.
I'm sorry. I can't pick not against the Bucs.
Come on here with kindness in my heart. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna stop there.
Tom Brady might be possibly going through a divorce. We don't know. Everyone's like, oh, it's just a fight. It's like, yo, your wife doesn't fly to Costa Rica. You don't leave training camp for 10 days or 11 days. If it's a fight, you leave it. There's like divorce talks, like kind of shit. Like, so Tom's out for murder. and the first thing he's going to see is Trayvon Diggs in that porous ass secondary. Give me Tom Brady. Also, I think there's also another player on that team who really wants to stick it to the NFL for how he got sold off last year. That'd be Julio Jones. Just give me Tampa Bay. I think the unfortunate thing is for the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to have an okay season. They're going to have a decent to okay season. They just unfortunately have to play the fucking Bucks week 1. It's like, what the shit, man?
It's fine. They play in the NFC West or NFC East. It's okay.
Yeah.
A 2-team division if there ever was one. Cheers.
Bucks to win. Bucks to cover. Bucks.
Bucks to win. Bucks to cover. Bucks to hit every stat over under. Yeah, I got it.
I mean, good thing for Dallas is that I did see that Michael Gallup is practicing right now, so we'll see what his status is going to be like in that first game. The unfortunate side is that Jerry Jones, for some reason, doesn't like addressing the defense. He only likes pretty much just stocking up on linebackers. He doesn't think corners or safeties or anything like that is pretty important. So, unfortunately, I think Dallas has the offense to win any game that they need to win, but I just think that defense is going to be the reason why they probably just don't win a fuck ton of games that they should be winning, which is this one. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay's offense over Dallas's defense. I'll even go and say Trevon Diggs has 1 pick, but gives up 120 receiving yards.
That's if Brady closes his eyes and throws it to an empty spot in the field.
Trayvon Diggs is about to get toasted by Julio Jones, and it's going to look like Julio Jones of old. It looks like Julio Jones against Mississippi State back in college. If you don't know the highlight reel, go look it up.
Oh man,
the dude was just an absolute monster. He blew by everybody, running screens, running go patterns, hitch and goes, hitches Malone, dig routes. The dude was just killing Mississippi State left and right and over. He's just going to absolutely toast this team. It's not even going to be fun. I'm going to turn the game off by probably 3 minutes into the first quarter. I'm gonna be that far done with it because they're gonna start Zeke and not Tony Pollard. It's gonna be awful. So yeah, Bucks. Tom Brady might be testing single game records at this point in time. Julio Jones might have a 300+ receiving game yet again. Mike Evans might have a 200+ yard receiving game at this point in time. I don't know. It's gonna be stupid. This is gonna be the dumbest game I've watched in my entire life. Where I'm just like, this shouldn't be an NFL game because Tom Brady's coming out with a mission, and it's not going to be cool. So
he looks like a starving old man.
He looks like his plastic surgeon. He looked like his plastic surgeon got a little too excited when he got close to that fatty tissue. He's like, "Let's go a little bit slimmer." Like, whoa, bro. Whoa.
My only fear for the Bucks is that they're pretty much just one big sack away from just having Kyle Trask lead that whole team because he looks fragile. Like his face is so skinny. It's like you can see his skull. They got no offensive line depth. I just think they're one hit from seeing if Kyle Trask was a solid pick in that second or third round for them.
And yet Kyle Trask will lead them to an NFC South championship. Look, I think this goes next to the Colts job as far as easiest jobs in the NFL as a quarterback. Tom Brady obviously makes it easier because he's Tom Brady, but I think honestly Kyle Trask can walk out there and be just fine. Then it's just because it's simple. Mike Evans is just ungodly when it comes to one-on-one releases. His ability to catch the ball over the top one-on-one is unheard of. Julio Jones is still Julio Jones every 3 plays. You still have 4 Tutty Delaney. You have the tight end depth from hell. And that defense by itself, I don't care. That defense by itself is going to hold the Cowboys to 7 points. So until garbage time, in which case that's when Dak Prescott puts on a show and scores 14 in the fourth quarter, making it look decent where they didn't lose by 4 touchdowns, they only lost by 2.
Nice. All right. You already talked some college ball?
Thank God.
All right. Talk about beatdowns. Kelsey's favorite program, the Alabama Crimson Tide, take on Texas and Quinn Ewers. Kelsey's already just thinking I want to fucking murder Jared right now.
No, that's not what I'm thinking at all. I'm wondering whether Quinn Ewers is going to have his truck towed again during the game.
Yo, I love that story, by the way. That dude's that guy that's in the parking lots could be like, am I going to get fired for this?
Quinn Ewers has the money to pay for it. He's okay.
Oh yeah, he's fine. His NIL deal was
Number
over
one
$1
earner
million.
in the NIL since it started.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. Anybody not have Alabama?
I mean,
Oh, wait,
Alabama's
this
gonna,
game. Never mind. This game.
Alabama's going to win, but I feel like that spread is just so big that it's so tempting to take Texas on that.
Cover.
It takes.
Cover. I like your thinking,
It's
Lindo.
very tempting to take Texas to cover that spread at what's it, 21.5 now? Is that what you said pre-show?
It was so I had a alternate spread of 21.5, and I said this is not enough.
but the thing, everybody's betting the over. I just feel like Texas should be good. I should say they should be good enough to cover the spread. Doesn't mean they are, and I don't know enough college football to say that they definitely are. But it feels like there's value to bet the under.
I mean, you want to put that Texas will cover the split. Like you got Sarkisian calling plays, who's he's a fine play caller. I think Alabama's going to run away with the game. But it's very tempting. Like what team wouldn't cover a 20-something point spread? But this could be one of those games where it just gets a little out of hand. Like I could see it being like a 45 to 20-something game kind of thing. But I obviously have Alabama winning, and I'm not trusting anything Texas right now. Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost has made his return. He's not pissed at me anymore.
What a successful night for you.
Oh, let's see any of my bets hit. All right. Yeah. All right. Last college game, the 6-pack. It's an easy one. Actually, that's a harder one. Actually, Tennessee and Pittsburgh. I actually as much as I hate Pitt, I hope it's a good game. I really do. I really want this to be a fun game. I want this to be an ACC kind of taking the SEC for a ride. It's two similar teams to their conferences where Tennessee is all this promise to peter out. Pitt is all this, excluding last year, all this promise to peter out. Last year is bullshit. We kicked their ass and they still made the championship. I will say this about this game. I believe the line is about 3.5 right now, 4.5 for the game. It is 6.5 for Tennessee right now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
minus 240 for Tennessee.
I'm still rolling with Tennessee. I'm sorry. Prove to me you can beat an act so. West Virginia is a team on a rebuild, and they looked good against Pitt when it mattered. They were able to move the ball, and if it was that ball was a half an inch higher, we're talking about this game being a blowout. This game isn't even our 6-pack. So, with that in mind, give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee as well over Pittsburgh, like you were saying. I mean, they had a game last week against West Virginia, rebuilding team, and out of that game, I like Tennessee in this match. Just crapped out for a hot second. There we go.
I still got the pick.
On my screen, everybody's screen was going little circles, so I have no idea if I was in it or not.
You were in and out.
We heard you.
we
heard you. We heard the important stuff.
We got the take of it, so it's all good.
There we go. As long as I'm on record.
Andrew, I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
You're gonna let me go first. Look, bottom line.
Yeah, I have a little surprise for my pick.
Okay, so then I'm gonna let you get to it because I don't know enough about these two teams in college football to make an accurate pick. So I'm just going to go with Tennessee because it feels like they should be able to beat Pitt. I just don't. I'm not a college football expert, so I'm not going to pretend to be.
No, it feels good. I'm gonna let the song speak for me in this one. Okay, guys.
Here we go.
Rocky Top, Tennessee, all day long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
where's your mascot head like in Corso?
Yeah, I don't do that stupid shit.
Yeah.
I don't wear that gaudy orange or that stupid dog head. I have a dog and she's not even that lame looking.
Fair.
Does anyone know who Tanashi is? Apparently singing the national anthem right now at the Thursday night game.
Tinashe,
She does
whatever
like.
her name is, or whatever.
I think she does like the chorus and rap songs.
Okay.
Like one of the like Scholar Grey types. So like I never listened to her album, but I've heard who she is before.
I've just never heard the name before. Okay.
Yeah,
Sidebar.
me too.
By the way, I'm gonna leave that Rocky Top song in here for when you have Kevin on here next time, so you can
There
play
we
it
go.
just for as an intro song.
Beautiful. Holy shit! One of the bosses commented.
I was just gonna say, comes in hot.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. So it's a weird situation. Starting next week, me and Matt can't pick the same upset pick for tiebreaker reasons. Because both of us have our upset pick. I already locked my bets in like an idiot. So I'm locked in. But for the sake of argument, Matt, we have to pick a tiebreaker.
A different
game.
upset. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I already had my gimme as Miami. I took the money line over them I took the over. Miami was like plus 27.5 over Southern Miss, whatever it was. I was like, a gimme. But the issue is I just realized, like, oh shit, me and Matt have the same exact picks. The entire fucking it's not like Kevin who will literally throw a monkey wrench and say, fuck it, Pitt over Tennessee. So with all that in mind, me and Matt will announce obviously over our Twitter what our tiebreaker game will be. Where I will take one. I will take one team. Matt will take the other, and that will determine who wins if we do have a tie. Because I'm allowed.
Go Jets Ravens.
Why would I?
I'll take the Jets right now.
Stop. We'll talk about this. You're done. You're done. You're done. Okay.
Rivalry.
I'm telling you.
Rivalry. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Iowa
All right.
State right now.
Okay, so my gimme was Miami over Southern Miss. Matt, who was your gimme this week?
My gimme this week is going to be the. Does it have to be college or it could be NFL?
Could be both.
My gimme is going to be the Niners over the Bears.
Mm-hmm. That seems like a toss up. Yeah. I mean, not a toss up, a layup.
I know it's Trey Lance, but I just.
Is it Trey Lance?
I really think the Bears could be. I think so.
Just a warning.
The Niners defense alone is going to win that game.
If just a warning, by the way, if your gimme loses, it's -2 points. I always warn people. That's why I always take big
Notre
college
Dame versus Marshall.
Well, he's frozen now. It looks like so. I think he's locked.
Listen, we got almost in 100% show without Matt freezing. I will take it all day. After what happened on Tuesday, I will. Listen, we got Matt without having to be on his phone. I was hyped as shit. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is our second week of the six pack. We want to thank our amazing guest hosts, Kelsey from High Low Sports and Angela Duke from Divots and Pivots. You can find them both at their respective Twitter handles, Divots and Pivots and High Low Sports on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, I believe. Andrew, it is time to announce the winner of our Korner Booth six-pack kickoff giveaway. Who is our lucky winner?
The lucky winner of the signed Keegan Bradley photo from Pristine Auction is, and I hope I'm saying this last name right, it's David Shabano.
That's not me. What the fuck
David,
is that?
it is not you, Kelsey. But David Shabano is the winner of the signed Keegan Bradley photo from Pristine Auction. So we have reached out to him. We're waiting for a response. So if for some reason we don't get a response, tune in. We'll let you know if we have to pivot to somebody else.
Exactly. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you appreciated watching this show today. If you enjoy the show, subscribe. We do a show every Thursday, our live show. It's like the Thursday night pregame show. Mondays we do our pre-recorded show where we break down the games. Me and Matt kind of just go on and do whatever the hell we want. It's a little more structured, I guess, than our Thursday show, which is just basically ADHD rolled up with energy drinks and alcohol. So, shout out to Divots and Pivots and High Low Sports for allowing us to take their two handsomest gentlemen to help co-host us tonight.
Dude, do that.
Listen, I got DJ last week. I had to upgrade for it.
Whoa.
I love you both dearly. I'm joking, obviously. Listen, DJ,
I don't blame you. I mean, he is the brain, so I can't really.
DJ scares the shit out of me because DJ would literally be so poised, concise, and so polished, and then say something so off the fucking cuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
Every time. Every time.
Every time.
He
It's his programming, I swear.
he's
All
a
right.
mad genius.
Oh no, he's the Neuralink. He is his own breed. All right, folks, let's go watch some fucking football.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to our other sponsor, by the way, Candidates, promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off to support the gents over at Candidates. By the way, I'm a guy who used to dip. I loved it. I miss dip. This is the best thing I found for it. It's better than Zyn. It's better than Ani or whatever the fuck that other brand is. This stuff is great. Promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off. They have thousands of flavors. I had an Arnold Palmer flavor today. I didn't even need to go buy an Arnold Palmer. I had one in my pocket. I loved it.
And that Arnold Palmer flavor sells out fast.
It is.
It is
amazing.
popular.
That's why I
the
bought
mango
3
flavor
freaking.
right
I bought mango is my go-to. I had all day at work. I gave my mechanic at work that shit. And he goes, "Bro, that shit's strong." I'm like, 10 milligrams? He goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Darren, I had 3 in my mouth yesterday." He goes, "Bro, you got a tolerance?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I have one in my mouth. I have at least two pounds in my mouth every day." All right.
CBD. It's not even.
It's not. It's CBD. It's like seriously. I had a edible like a month ago that was like 25 milligrams. That shit, it did knock me a little loopy, but it didn't kill me. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to our sponsors, each official promo code Korner Booth for 10% off, and Canada CBD for promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off, and to High Low Sports Divots and Pivots. We appreciate y'all for stopping by. Enjoy the game tonight. Happy football. We love y'all so much. Happy birthday, Kev.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, baby.